Alright guys, it's time to do a review. We've had this Simpson for a little while, so why don't we hop on the bike, take a little ride, and I'll tell you all about it. Alright guys, let's talk about this Simpson Modular Bandit. So first, I am going to preference by saying I did not buy this. It was a gift. My parents, my wife, and went together and got me this for my birthday last year, which means now that I think about it, I've had this helmet for just over a year. It's something like, ooh, that bump is really bad. Oh, they need to fix that. Alright, so I've had this helmet for just over a year. I've rode it in multiple different like terrains or weather conditions, all that. Had it for a while. While I didn't pay for it, it definitely was something I was looking to get into and I wanted. I just usually don't spend that amount of money on myself. I can't really say exactly how much it was. I don't know if they got it on a sale or whatever. But I do know that these helmets are not cheap. Now, of course, they paid for it. It was not a sponsored thing. So I can say whatever I want to about it. All that being said, overall, I'm pretty happy so far. I came from a built-well lane splitter, which that helmet I was happy with. It was a little tight. The 2X in the lane splitter and the 2X in this, absolutely not the same at all. While the Built-Well was a little tighter than I think it should have been, this is a little looser than it should be. I'm just a hair over a 2X in the Built-Well, and I might be just a hair under the 2X in the Simpsons, but definitely can't wear an XL. So, you know, is what it is. I do suggest find somewhere that has Simpson helmets. I do know that a lot of Harley dealers are starting to provide them now. So even if you don't buy from them, at the very least, gotta find first gear there. It's always crazy when you go from like riding a different bike. Yeah, I've been riding Dynas, and then I hop on this thing, and the shifter is not in the same position. But yeah, go to like a Harley dealer if you can, or like a Cycle Gear, or you know, maybe your local Spot. Definitely, if they do have them and they're at regular market price, maybe buy them from them. You know, support your local shops. But even if they don't have the color or whatever you're looking for, you know, maybe you can support them in other ways. Try on the helmet, or maybe they can order it for you. But either way, try one on, get your sizing, or if you got a buddy who's got one, try theirs. But this one has, of course, the flip-up shield, the sun visor that comes down, like the cop style sunglasses, and then it's a modular, so you can open up the whole front. Now, can't really do that while we're using the camera because we have the camera mounted on the kind of like where the mouthpiece is. That's okay. It's not a big deal. I don't film every time I ride. It's just more specific. I will say I flipped the whole like modular part up way more than I thought I would. I live in North Carolina, so it gets pretty hot. And when I'm in traffic, I will definitely flip that thing up, or if I'm in town, you know, stoplight, I will flip that up and utilize the airflow. It is so nice to be able to do that. And then the visor is definitely a little bit bigger and broader than the Built-Well counterpart and some other helmets I've had. I do like that. The bigger the visor, the better. I have a lot more, you know, peripheral vision in this. I just have a lot more things I can see, and that's awesome. You know, when you're riding a motorcycle, you do want to be able to see where you're going. Of course, we got a big old sticker on our visor like the Fig Newton thing, but you know, I sure do love Fig Newtons. but we can still see very well, and it's not really a problem. The helmet is not super heavy. It's nice. The interior construction, very nice. I feel like it slips through the air pretty well. Of course, Simpson's, you know, synonymous with racing, and they make good stuff. You know, I have high confidence in this helmet protecting me. Obviously, if you want the best protection, you're probably not going to go with a Modular. I could be wrong, but I know some of their non-modulars have a higher safety rating than their Modular counterparts. And that's not to say these are not safe. It's just some of the non-modulars can be held to a higher standard. That being said, this helmet's great. I definitely suggest it to anyone who's looking for one. You can tell the quality of material is high. Of course, it's kind of, in my scene, it's kind of the go-to helmet, and I like them. I don't have any quarrels with them. I didn't have any issue with my lane splitter either, really. Overall, for the money, they were both good helmets. This one, I don't really have any major drawbacks. I will say, I think the price of a new windshield or screen or whatever you want to call it, a new visor, they're a little high. I think they're like $75. I have a chrome one on here now. It just gives me, you know, some sun protection, plus it looks cool. But at night, I can't see anything. So I do have my original clear one. I would love to get like a yellow one for night, because that will take care of some of the glare. Because you got a clear windshield and somebody comes to you with some headlights, man, that thing can be rough. But with a yellow windshield or visor, I don't know why I keep calling it a windshield, but with a yellow visor, it blocks a lot of that glare, so it can be really helpful. But yeah, overall, I'm just gonna be simple about it. This helmet's great. Like, I can't really complain too much. If you do have any questions, definitely hit it down in the comments. Like, I would like to know, you know, what are you thinking? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Do you want to know something about it before you buy them? I think these helmets are great. I'm not going to sit here and, you know, spew a bunch of specs for you. You can read that online, or you can do all those videos. I just want to give you a real world like review. I've ridden on trips with this thing. I've done all-day rides with this thing. I've ridden in the rain, the cold, the dark, all that, you know, and I think the helmet's worth the money. You know, obviously, you got a helmet to protect your head. You do want a decent helmet. You know, road rash is one thing, but brain damage, you don't really come back from that. You're not going to regrow your brain. So a good helmet is kind of key. But all in all, great helmet. I think it's worth the money. Let me know what you think. Hopefully you took something from this video. I know it's kind of just an opinion. You know, again, no real specs or facts, because you can read those all day long, but it really doesn't matter. So you get your head in one, try one out. Oh, wind noise. I do think the wind noise is pretty good. I have heard that Modulars are louder than regular ones. Maybe I should get a regular one for filming videos, just because it helped with the wind noise and all that. But as far as the rider's perspective, it's not that bad. I have a Cardo in here, so I can listen to my music pretty good. I really don't need a radio anymore. With the Cardo system attached to the helmet, I'm pretty happy with that. So, hopefully you found something helpful. Like this video, comment, subscribe if you're not subscribed. But as always, keep it wretched.